Good evening, everyone. Rheumatoid arthritis that affects approximately 1% of the world population can be treated and managed with success by Ayurveda, diet, and yoga. In our session today, we are going to learn about this and share success outcomes from a hospital in India. I am Amita from Nourish Doc, a platform for natural and holistic therapies. I'm really excited to introduce Dr. Mahesh Gupta from KLI Ayurveda Hospital, Udaipur. Dr. Mahesh Gupta is a very accomplished Ayurveda doctor who has over 30 plus years of experience in treating patients from all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Gupta.
Welcome, all of you.
Great. So we will start with basics of Ayurveda, if you can start with that, and how Ayurveda views rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay, first of all, I want to give thanks to Nourish.com, who has given me the chance to present this webinar. And we will start with some introduction with Ayurveda. Before that, first of all, what I'm having, and because I'm here, is due to my guru and my parents. And today, what I'm going to present, if anyone gets benefit or informed, that is due to my guru. If any flaws is there, it is my accountability. So today, I want to give little bit information of Ayurveda. First slide, please.
Yes, we are on the first slide. Dr. Mahesh, we are already on the first slide. You can start.
But I'm not seeing the slide.
It's there. It's there. You can start. It's there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's about Ayurveda.
Yeah.
If you can start
Yeah.
with Ayurveda.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to introduce about Ayurveda. As Ayurveda is Indian science of practice. It's a Indian science of treatment exactly. Ayurveda made of two words of Ayu plus Veda. Ayu means life and Veda means knowing. And Ayurveda means science of life. And Ayurveda having two mottos. In Sanskrit, it is Swastasya Swasthya Rakshanam Aturasya Vikar Prasmanam. It means Ayurveda gives maximum emphasis on prevention than cure. So Ayurveda maintain and protect health of a healthy person and treat and cure an ailment for a client with disease. Exactly, Ayurveda emphasis on prevention than treatment. After that, as today topic is arthritis. So we should know about what is arthritis. If anywhere in the joint is there is swelling, it is arthritis. This means swelling. So any joint swelling is called arthritis. Then what is rheumatoid arthritis? Exactly, rheumatoid arthritis is a immunoinflammatory and multisystemic disease. In this disease, exactly synovial membrane of the joints become inflamed, and this disease affect multiple joints. So rheumatoid arthritis is exactly it is immune related disease. And as far as Ayurveda is concerned, rheumatoid arthritis is, we can say that it is related to Am Vata and Vatrapta. So we should know about Ama and Vata. So exactly what happens when Ama is accumulate in the body, and it's called morbid factor of the body. It becomes as a toxic material of the body, and it clogs the body joints, and it affects multiple joints. Due to that, patient feel pain, there is swelling, stiffness is there. So this disease can be correlated in Ayurveda by Amvata. As far as Vatrakta is concerned, Vatrakta means there is Rakta involvement in Vata. So if Vata also, we can tell there is infection, and infection is due to Rakta. So this disease, we can say this is Amvata. So as for Ayurveda, we will discuss about what are the causes of Ayurveda. Ayurveda tells that there is wrong lifestyle and wrong diet habits are the more cause of this disease. Also with that, there are some psychogenic causes are also there, and especially the person who live in very sedentary lifestyle and do not do exercise, and the person who take wrong diet at wrong time and do not follow the rules of diet, that person affect this disease. So as in this slide is, if there is very cold climate is there, if a person is living in too much cold atmosphere, that can be a cause of that Vata. Next, please.
So let's talk about, you explained the Ayurveda view, and let's talk about from the user point of view, general symptoms and what
Yes.
the clinical features you look at.
Yeah. When general system, a person, if any person, when get up early in the morning, and when if he feels or she feels that there is stiffness in the joints or heaviness in the body, and there is lack of appetite, and that if tiredness is there, if body pain is there, if there is a little bit fever sensation, or digestion is not clear, or if there is pain in the joints, we can say that it can be a patient of Amvata. And when some specific systems occur, like if there is tenderness in palpitation, means when a doctor or any person touch the patient body, and if there is warm or patient feel pain, there is tenderness. And most sign is morning ifness, that is cardinal sign of Amvata. Morning ifness is necessary, and severe motion impairment. With that, more than 3 or 4 joints should be affected, and again with that, anemia is there, there is organ involvement is there, and fever is there. That can we say that this is a sign of Amvata.
All right, so let's just talk about when any patient will come to your clinic, what kind of Ayurvedic methods do you do for examination?
Yeah, this is very interesting to know, all of you, about Ayurvedic way of diagnosis. Ayurvedic diagnosis mainly depends on the dosas. The means we having 2 methods of that. That is 3 way of diagnosis. Examination is this Trivid Pariksha, like Darshanam means to see the patient, and Isparsana means by touching the patient, and Prashna by asking questions. These are the 3 main methods. And next is 8-fold type of diagnosis. In this, some are very common, like Mutra Pariksha means urine examination, Mal Pariksha like stool examination, Jivya means tongue, and Shabda means voice, and Spars means touching or seeing the skin, and Drak means eyes. Or first of all, Nadi Pariksha is very much importance in Ayurveda. In my 30 years of practice, I give more emphasis to Nadi. I have very good practice of that. When we see the person's Nadi or pulse diagnosis, we easily assess that there is Kapha dosa is predominant and Vata is predominant. We easily can diagnose with that. With that, we have other also methods of diagnosis in Ayurveda, like constitution is there, and the condition of the patient is there. With that, we also should consider, and in my general practice, I consider some modern investigations also. First of all, we want to know about what is the ESR level. That shows the inflammation. That CRP and RA, rheumatoid factor, if there is rheumatoid factor, we can say that it is rheumatoid arthritis patient. But in Ayurveda, there is no need, or there is no anything. If RA is not positive, still we can say by in system that person is suffering with Vata. Other than that, if required, we go further and some advanced treatment like ANA, etc. If there is any deformity, we go for X-ray or ultrasonography or MRI. So these are the general examinations.
All
Yes.
right. So I think the goal of the treatment when anyone walks into your hospital.
Yeah. So what happens, ma'am? There are many methods of treatment, like modern, like naturopathy, Ayurveda is there, Unani is there, homeopathy is there, and patient why he want to take treatment. So exactly our aim is to reduce the pain, to control the inflammation, and giving the strength of the muscles and enhancing the range of motion. Exactly, the patient should get relief so that he can work independently, and his quality should be improved. So, and in further, there is minimum disability. These are the goal of treatment.
Sure. So main thing is, you want to improve the quality of the life. So let's come to specifically on your hospital. I think the treatment for the OPD patients, who come in.
Yeah, this is my interesting subject. Actually, I want to tell all of you that I'm not an academician, and I am totally practical as a practical doctor, and I'm a physician, practice in 30 years in Ayurveda, and so in OPD level, I have treated thousands of patients, and practically we are getting wonderful relief in OPD also. So we have some targets. First of all, we just examine the patient, and after that we apply what all of are seeing this site can be applied or cannot be applied. It depends the condition of the patient, and it depends the condition of the disease. But in all, as Vata is due to Ama, so first of all, we have to control that Ama, that morbid factor, that is the cause of this disease. So whenever we get a patient, we give some medication, but with that, we start with our treatment with Amapachana and Dina. Amapachana means the digestion of Ama. Ama means that morbid factor, that is a causative factor of this disease. So for Amapachana, what we do? In my practice, first of all, I just examine the patient and just try to find out the causes, that is hetu of the diseases, and try to understand what are the causes of the disease. With that, I start with Amapachana. For that, First of all, I suggest patient should follow Langhana. Langhana means fasting. In Ayurveda, fasting it means taking little food or small in quantity and do some fasting like skip with the uh, 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 breakfast, and with that start with taking hot water. Hot water can be taken simple or it can be taken with the trikatu churna or ginger churna, like that. That is pachna. And very important that water should not be taken more. Water quantity should be reduced. By that, ampachna takes place. Very simply, ginger we use and quantity use, then both these do ampachna, and deepna means stimulation of jatragni, means our digestion fire. And after that, with that, wonderfully, I'm giving you one miraculous medicine that we use some horse gram soup for that. If patient is not suffering with acidity, maximum patient we use that kulatha, means horse gram. We give it as a soup. Soup, there is some method of just processing this soup, like we add some black pepper, ginger, then some turmeric and rock salt. And the patient can fry this with the cumin like that and take in morning hours. A person if take this soup with 3 days only, person's pain reduced and inflammation reduced, then heaviness reduced, and patient feel very good. With that, we use some local application or any paste like that. That is we called lepnam. Lepnam means paste we use for that. Generally, what I use Grahadhumadi churnam with dhanyamlam. Exactly, Grahadhumadi is a classical medicine, and dhanyamlam is a specific medicine, that is kanji. So baluk, and that lepnam, that is specifically we use that. We use it in for 1 hour only. If required, we use it 2 times a day. And with that, very cheap and easily available is baluka, means sand bag. We use hot sand bag fermentation, that is sudation therapy. Very much beneficial, can be used at house only, that home only. And with that, we stop as I already told that in Ampachna and Deepna, we just stop morning breakfast. Exactly, we want to give fasting. By fasting, a person's pain and inflammation reduced. With that, we use specifically purgation, because in Amvata, due to Ama, body channels clogged. For that, we use purgation. And for that purgation, we called Koshti Shuddhi, and for that we use castor oil. A study tells that if a person takes 20 ml of castor oil, that is equal to 50 mg diclofenac sodium. That is having such type of pain relief property. And some patients feel that castor oil is difficult to take. But for that, today, our technology is so much improved, and now gel capsules are available in the market. So we give this around 9 o'clock after Kaf Kala, we give it. So with this, we strongly suggest some such type of exercises that can improve the blood circulation and give some relax to the muscles. So for that, I highly recommend anti-rheumatic yoga asana series, that is Pawan Muktasana first. These are having some 10 to 15 exercises, like ankle exercises there, like wrist exercise there, elbow exercise there, shoulder exercises there. And with that, we if there is very severe condition, we tell that patient should stay at home. After relieving, he can do his normal work. With that, in OPD, as per the condition of the patient and the condition of the disease, we also advise some oral medications. So this is in general of our OPD protocol of the patient.
All right, so let's talk about results after the treatment.
So as far as result is concerned, just I earlier told, within 3 days, patient gets start benefiting. With that, in most of the patient, in what is my approach, when I examine the patient and I plan the my patient treatment, I try to get some result, at least 10, 15 or 25 or 40% result within 7 days. So with all these treatment, like external or following that diet plan and giving some oral medication, within 3 to 5 days, patient appetite improved, that morning stiffness reduced, pain and swelling also reduced, and most of the patients uh, uh, in some days, means after 15 days or 1 month, 1.5 months, at least some modern medicines and painkillers, especially corticosteroid like prednisolone, etc., that doses can be reduced or stopped, and most of the patient felt satisfied with that, and they have such type of ray of hope that now I can be in good condition is people, because most of the patient come to my hospital for because they are taking some modern medicines or any other medicines, and they are having some side effects, or they are very much afraid of her future of that, and for that they select Ayurveda for that. And Ayurveda, as I earlier told, not only that we give the medicine, but we have such type of protocol. We just counsel the patient, and so many things we give to our patient with that, how to eat, where means what should you eat, what should you not eat, and what daily routine you should follow, what seasonal routine you follow. So many things we try to give to our patients. So in most of the patients, we get very good results in OPD also.
That's excellent. So I think what we are all excited about is to take a look at your data from the hospital.
Yes.
So if you can talk about how you've done this analysis.
Yeah, exactly what happens in OPD level. We try to give our 100% to our patient, but so many conditions are there that patient are not able to follow that. And if there is condition is worst, or a very chronic patient is there, or condition is very severe, so with that we try to give the patient hospital. We just advise to patient to get hospitalized for 14 to 21 days, or if that is not possible, then daily patient have to come and take treatment, but that treatment should be minimum 21 days. And one thing before this data, I want to tell to you that in rheumatoid arthritis, exactly we have three plans for that. In first phase, we give some systematic relief, and in second phase we give detoxify the body, and after that we give rejuvenation to the body. As our data, um, uh, these are total 132 patients are there, and mainly female are affected with that, and age group is 30 to 45, and very less patient we give after 60 like that. But these days we are also seeing the patient in the middle age also, like 20 and 30 also. Some patients were something, and we know what is the cause behind that, because people are taking too much cold water, fridge water, and they are not doing exercise. Their daily routine is so much bad, and so that we are seeing all. And these data is from our hospital, and so total one in 132 there were 90 females. It means females are more affected than men. So, and ratio is 3:1, and men age group is 35 to 50 years.
Okay.
So this is the data of our hospital.
So we
Now
talked
it is
about,
yes.
yeah, no, I think we talked about the OPD earlier. Now let's talk about the IPD patients, who get admitted, right, to your hospital.
Yes.
You earlier said you gave 15 to 21 days of full Panchakarma treatment. So maybe you can talk a little bit about this.
Yes, a lot. I want to discuss in this matter more than others, because for this we have to be a very good experience of doing this, and the hospital should be well equipped, having like and having all facilities like that. So when we take our patient in OPD, so there we take first case history very properly, and details we note that, and as per the dosas and the condition of the patient, we select the treatments. These are the treatments, and other than that we have other treatments also, but in general, first of all we start with Udvartanam, means powder massage. Udvartanam is a powder massage like that. It is anti-hair, means that is dry type of massage. Means we just dry up the body, because that disease is tufu, excess kapha is there. That is fluid more in there. So we start with that Udvartanam. Udvartanam, for Udvartanam, mainly we take Kol Kulathadi Churnam or Kotam Chukkadi Churnam. For that, it takes 45 minutes to 1 hour process every day, and for 7 to 10 days. With that, we also apply Dhanyamla Dhara. Dhanyamla is exactly, it's a type of medicine. It's called Kanji. When we give this treatment, within a week, I want to share one case with that I got one patient very severely affected with multiple joints, and she was not able to walk. 4 persons help she came to my hospital, and I have treated the patient, and within she was not able to comb her hair, or she was not able to pick a glass of water. But within 3 days, the patient was able to go to toilet independently. She was able to comb her hair. So by this only, Udvartanam and Dhanyamla Dhara we have adopted, because this treatment give instant pain relief, instant inflammation relief, and with that, when required, after some time or 14 days, if required, we start with this steam bath. Otherwise, we use Jambhir Kidi in second phase. most of the patients we start with some basti. That is last one we have mentioned basti. This is the main treatment of this vata. And vata, the treatment of vata is basti. Basti means enema. Basti have different type of bastis are there, but we in our practice we use some specific bastis like some oil enemas are there like Brahesendavadi oil, and we use Vaitran Basti. Mainly we use Vaitran Basti and Tiktakshir Basti. In some cases we also use Arandmuladi Nehru Basti. Exactly, there is a process, there is a term and condition, means there is a protocol we have to follow in Basti Chikitsa, specifically in Basti. So we give it in 8 days or 15 days like that. We can't give basti continuously like all enemas continuously. We can't give, or we can't give any decoction bastis like Arand Muladi or Veteran Basti. So there is a specific protocol, and what especially myself I am getting the result due to this basti only.
That's very,
With
very
that,
interesting.
yes. 1 minute more. Exactly,
Sure.
I have mentioned 1 or 2 treatment also in that. That is Jambir Kidi is there. Jambir means that lemon. That lemon is also very good useful. And after Udvartana and Dhanya Amla Dara, we apply that Jambir Kidi. If some patient having allergy to that powder, we use that chund, means powder potli, bolus of the potli sweda. So these are external treatments we are using. These are the Panchkarmi treatment. With that, if a patient having mental depression or very much anxiety is there, we use Shirodhara, or we use Shiro Abhyanga is there. If patients having after some time, means after 7 days or 14 days, if there is no ama, we also use little bit massage with hot oils like Kotam Chupkadi oil or like Brahesendavadi oil. And other than that, what I have discussed in OPD level treatments, we also use with that, and with that we also use these. But keep in mind, we do not use all treatment at once. It depends the condition. Suppose we are using Dhanvantram, this Udvartanam or Dhamnedara, it's okay. Or Basti Chikitsa is okay. We choose according to condition. This
Condition of the patient.
So this is one IPD. Yes.
Yes. So
And yes.
No, I think you suggested that you are after the treatment, you suggest 90 days follow-ups and other daily yoga exercises. What is Rasayan Chikitsa? You do Rasayan Chikitsa.
Exactly. I want to clear one point is suggested 90 days follow-up. As we are getting our patient from locally and globally and other states also. So each patient we suggest that after this Panchkarma treatment, patient has to take rest. Suppose patient is taking 21 days treatment, patient has to take rest 42 days. And after that, he has to follow our instructions like intake of medicine is there, like daily yoga practice is there, or any exercise is there, or any other thing. We try to connect the patient and we follow that, and after that we just analyze the benefit of the treatment, and most of the patient get very much very good relief. As far as Rasayana Chikitsa is there, exactly Rasayana is means it increases the immunity. Rasayana are the drugs that can be given after all this treatment. In my practice, I give Bhallatak Rasayana, especially in winter season. Many RA positive patient get RA negative after taking Bhallatak Rasayana. And it is little bit hot, but it has very good properties to give the give the pain relief, immune the system, and patient get healthy, and only by Bhallatak Rasayana, and patient is feels fine. And as far as Guruchi Rasayana is concerned, this is exactly main drug in rheumatoid arthritis. Guruchi means Tinospora cardifolia, that is Giloy. Today, it is also called Amrita. So that is disease modifying drugs in Ayurveda. If a person is taking that 2 tablets in the morning, that is we used in Guruchi Ghana, exactly, that extract of that. It is also Medhya also, that is very good for maintaining the disease. So Rasayana Chikitsa is exactly for enhancing the immune power, and it is a Punarbhav Chikitsa. Punarbhav means patient means a disease not relapsing. Disease should not be relapsed. So we use this Rasayana Chikitsa. So this is our treatment protocol.
So I think same thing, treatments, I mean, results before the treatment and after treatment in OPD, we see a lot of positive results here, as
yes,
you said.
Yes. Exactly
So,
what happens in IPD when patient come here, and one symptom is there in Amvata, like scorpion sting, like that. Vrashchik dansvas means like when a scorpion sting, that type of that pain occur exactly. And as patient take modern medicine like prednisolone is there, that is corticosteroids, that causes osteoporosis. And in severe cases, patient motions impairment is there, or range of motion reduced, and some other complications like nodules is there, and continue taking of painkillers like acid reflux and hyperacidity is there, anemia is a sign, and multiple organ involvement is there, and permanent deformities is there, and some skin problem there. When we treat with Panchkarma treatment, patient get wonderful relief in morning stiffness, pain and swelling as well. Patient can walk, and there is no fever. Then appetite improved. And one thing I want to add one thing. Why we should use Panchkarma? Panchkarma we use for preventing the patient from deformities, for long run any complications, and if patient adopt Panchkarma treatment periodically, then patient can be prevented with complications of rheumatoid arthritis. This is my experience. So these are the results.
That's great. That's great. So let's shift to diet, which is important. So let's talk about the do's, and then we'll also talk about don'ts.
Yes. In general, I want to tell that as far as diet is concerned, this is same this is same is like medicine. First of all, do's means what should do. I recommend that patient should take food, lunch and dinner 2 times only. Should not take breakfast, and should not eat anything or drink anything after taking dinner, and dinner should be finished before 6 or 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock means at night anything should not be taken, and that breakfast also should not be taken. But in some cases, like in children, like pregnant woman, or in elderly person. There is some exception is there, but if a person take 2 times diet only, that is great. And second thing is, patient should take means uh, um, this rice and yava is there, exactly should be taken millets, and should we take some type of food like old rice, and for Bengal gram is good, horse gram is good, and that drumstick like this all. Especially the patient should and take boiled water, and that ginger is very good for that. In general public, if a person takes ginger every day, that is wonderful for giving relief. So that diet should be followed.
Great. So let's talk about don'ts, because we want to leave some time for the questions.
Yes.
We have a lot of questions coming up.
Yeah. Exactly. I highly recommend, first of all, should not be drink too much water. That water quantity should be restricted, and water means should be taken warm, and should take light food that can digest easily, and should not be taken incompatible diet. Means people do not know, they don't aware of that what he is taking. These days people is taking fruit with milk, that is viruddha, that is incompatible, should not be taken. Especially curd and fish like and mas means that black gram is very much hard to digest. That type of diet should not be taken, and new rice is also not good for that. And that fridge water or any cold drinks should not be taken. And that activities are concerned, patients should sleep at night and don't sleep in the in day. Day sleep is very much means harmful. So should not sleep in day and should not be awakened at night. So these two things, and exercise every day, and means and excessive walking, or after having food, if person is walking excessively, that is the one cause of that Vata. So these things should be keep in mind, and these are the general people know about that. As far as Guglu is concerned, very famous, and Ayurveda having multiple use of Guglu, that is anti pyretic, anti-inflammatory properties are there, and ginger is very useful. That if a person take ginger water or take ginger before food, that kindle the digestion power. And ashwagandha is very good for exactly it is researched that ashwagandha not only enhances the power of body, but it is also having very good antipyretic effect, and it is very good for pain. And turmeric also very good having anti-inflammatory effect. And that's guruchi, as I told, we use it as a rasayana, can be used in various ways. So these are the most useful.
That's excellent, Dr. Gupta. We want to, I think you gave so many tips for our users, home remedies as well as some of the Ayurvedic herbs. So now we want to open it up for questions. I wanted to give at least, so we have questions coming up. Okay, so what contains Gram Humadi Churn Lepan and Kulat soup?
Exactly, it's a Keralite. Grahad Humadi is a Keralite that having mainly Jatamansi, and that ginger is there, two products, and other than this also, and that is readily available in the market exactly, that are
Okay.
having 7 or 8 drugs, and should be used with the dhanyamlam, and it is used as a external use, and it used with dhanyamlam, and after 1 hour it should be wiped off. And in instant, if there is erosion of the joints, if there are a lot of swelling in the joints, that grahadumadi lepa we use for it. This is
I see.
classical product everywhere available in market.
Okay, okay. Then there's another question coming. How much Veta Rana Basti can we give in 21 days?
Exactly, veteran Basti, we depends the how much rukshana means, how much we want to excrete the water of the. So initially about 3 to 5 vetranas are, I think it is also called a kshar Basti exactly. So in veteran Basti, 3 or 5 bastis are quite sufficient, because we also do dhanyamla dhara and that udvartana. So patients that ama get reduced and kaph dosa also reduced, but after that veteran basti is not required exactly.
I see.
We shift this patient to other basti like tikh kshir basti like that. So that is quite sufficient. 3 to 5 is quite sufficient.
Okay, okay. So then there is another one called Kokilasha is useful for rheumatoid arthritis or not?
Kokilaksha Kashayam.
Yeah, Kokilaksha.
Yeah, it is wonderful, and I use it in Vatrakta. Means when there is Rakta dosa means also whited it in that. Specifically, I use Kokilaksh Kashayam in Vatrakta condition, in gouty arthritis. And in Am Vata, we generally prefer Rasna Randadi Kashayam.
I see. Okay, so now there is another one called can Vaman be line of treatment, as it is Kapha Bhyushta? Vamana. I think Vamana is part of Panchkarma, one of the Panchkarma.
Yeah, you are correct, means, but in my 30 years of practice, I never used Vamna in Amvata. Because what happens when patient come to us, the condition is very bad. And I do not used, and I especially in rheumatoid, I do not use that Vamna.
Okay, okay. So Shalki, how about Shalki?
Shalaki.
Yeah, Shalaki.
Yeah, Shalaki, okay. Yeah, like Gugulu, it is also a type of medicine as a gond, you know, gond. Yeah.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is gum exactly. This is gum, and it is same effective like that. Gugulu is also effective, and Shalaki is also effective. That is very wonderful and having very good property of pain relief is there, or in inflammation also they are having very good effect of that Shalaki also.
Okay, okay. Any other questions? I'm looking at it. Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on the chat? Okay, so there is another one called how you treat Kha Vaguna once arm is ended. Kha Vagunai. Guna.
Kha Vaguna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is exactly Ayurveda term. And
okay. I'm not an Ayurveda
yes,
doctor.
this is Ayurveda term exactly. That is a Vedya question, I think. So after exactly we treat exactly after that we specially used that tikh kshir basti for that.
Okay, I think there are a lot of doctors listening.
Yes.
Okay, so you answered that. Any other questions? Please put it in the chat if possible. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So there's another one called, is rheumatoid arthritis treatment in Ayurveda different than ankylosing spondylitis?
Yes. We are having very good experience of treating ankylosing spondylitis. And if I get time, I will present my paper on the subject. And the treatment protocol is little bit different. We initially we use Udvartanam and Dhanyamla Dara, but after we give maximum emphasis to Jambir Kidi and Tiktuk Shir Basti. That is our main protocol of ankylosing spondylitis, and patient get wonderful relief with that.
Okay, so
Because,
we maybe
yes.
the spondylitis part is a completely different subject, as was what you're saying. That
Not so much exactly in spondylitis. Exactly, joint ankylose fuse is that.
I see.
So we try to remove the fusion of the joints.
Okay.
And in Amvata or rheumatoid arthritis, we try to reduce the swelling, because if there is so much swelling, that erodes the joint, that destroys the joint, and can permanent deformity.
Okay.
Deformity, exactly. Yes.
So there's another question. Someone is asking, for rheumatoid arthritis, dietary discipline, is it lifelong or not? Like you have to follow the diet all the time?
If it is lifelong. Yeah, diet, exactly. In Ayurveda, Pathya means what to eat, what to not eat, and how to live. Means so many things are very much important. And diet restrictions are changing by the stage of the disease, but have to follow. For example, if there is excess inflammation is there, and there is too much kapha is there, we just tell that stop the milk. But if the condition is chronic and there is do not have so much inflammation, but deformity is there and vata is more, we tell that you should take that milk. Means diet, if a person follow diet restrictions, then the need of medicine, the need of treatment is reduced considerably.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think food is medicine. We all know that.
Yes.
Any other questions? Any other questions? And please let us know your feedback. I have our email on the slide. So let us know your feedback on the web, on the session, as well as what you like, other topics that you would like to see moving forward. Before I close, I want to see that are there any more questions that we need to answer? Please put it in chat if you don't mind. Okay, I don't see any more questions. All right, so I think with that, we will wrap up this session. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahesh, for sharing all the real data. That is what we are all about, sharing the real data, the real outcomes from a hospital where Dr. Mahesh has treated thousands of patients. Dr. Mahesh, before I close, would you like to say something?
Yes, first of all, I again want to give thanks to you that you give me chance. And again, I want to give thanks to all of who has listened me carefully. And I hope that if have any question, we will try to give answer after that also.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If you have any questions, this is going to be live on Facebook. We are putting this video on Facebook, so you're welcome to post your questions right on Facebook or send us an email. With that, thank you so much, Dr. Mahesh, for coming here. I want to thank all our viewers for listening to this session. Signing off now. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.